on long-term care insurance and long-term care issues. So check it out if you haven't seen it, and that tells you all about the campaigns as well.
Can you repeat the website?
Yeah, it's just longtermcare.gov.
And what was the first one? Our Future?
The campaign is called Own Your Future, but if you go to that website, it'll be, all the information will be on there. Yeah.
Well, I guess if I were to look into a crystal ball and say, where do I want to be, where do I think we're going to be 5 years from now, you know, everybody's aging. We know that people are living longer than ever before. So to me, planning and educating is at the top of the list. The most important thing that I think we do as professionals, other than what comes under our individual job descriptions, is educate. So working together, working with all the various disciplines in educating our clients what they need to do today or once a crisis passes to plan for the future. So that means, you know, dialing Julie.com to get long-term care insurance and educating themselves about what their options are. We all know that many times they contact us and it's a crisis. Something's happened, there's been a disaster, you know, they haven't, you know, and these are very uncomfortable topics. This is a generation of people that aren't comfortable talking about their personal care needs. There's dignity issues involved. They're not comfortable discussing their financial concerns with their children. They're not certainly comfortable discussing them with us as strangers. But we know that they need to be educated, and we know that there needs to be what there isn't, in my opinion, which is follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. I think that a lot of the organizations that I work with are very good about not letting our clients fall through the cracks. But there's still so many that do fall through the cracks, and there are also so many that are live-alones that we're not reaching. So, you know, that's what I feel is critically important moving forward into the future, is educating, working together, collaborating, reaching out to those of us that are, you know, working out in the community and hooking our clients and our seniors up with services that are available. I've learned things today that I didn't know. Here you think, you know, on a day-to-day basis, you've been doing this for 20 years, I know this. I didn't know some of the things I've learned today. But I need to take that back to my staff and back to my clients. That Meals on Wheels, who was it, Ellen, that talked about it? I mean, I didn't know. You know, so you're always learning. But if it just stops here and I don't take it and put it back out, then I'm not going to reach the goal. So,
I'd like to share a short-term goal I have and two long-term goals. I have moved from running the senior center and the adult daycare program in the city of Margate for the last 10 years, and as of October 1, I've had the honor of being named the new assistant city manager. And in that new capacity, I was asked to participate in a benefits day for our 600 employees. And when I looked at the panel that we were going to invite, nobody from Social Security, nobody from the senior center, and nobody to talk about long-term care. Well, now we do have those people. Because how can you prepare for the future, whether you're getting ready to retire? And I would think that after all the calamity in our fiscal markets, nobody's ready to retire. So this is the time to plan, to think, and to consult with professionals that do this on a daily basis so that you know how to take care of yourself, because aging, it's our future. Two long-term goals for us that I would hope that you would think about also embracing is there is a movement in the state of Florida championed by AARP and by children's advocacy groups, because for far too long this state has had advocates on opposite ends of the aging spectrum but not working together. And now children advocates and senior advocates have come together to form something called Florida's People, Florida's Promise. Governor Chris was elected on the theme that he was going to be the governor's people. Well, our governor needs to step up to that plate, and he needs to get behind this. And it is a great concept where all these different advocates are getting together and saying there's got to be better solutions. There's got to be loopholes that we don't know about. There's got to be budget considerations you're not telling us about. We want everything on the table, and we want to be able to have a better quality of life for all Floridians. So I encourage you to Google Florida's Promise. And then the last thing I've observed in my professional career is that there's this huge disconnect between acute care side of healthcare and subacute community-based side, and it really frustrates me to no end, because whether it's a patient today or a client tomorrow, people need care at all levels on a continuum. And I have been very encouraged because in the city of Jacksonville, there was a pilot program underwritten by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, which is a huge a national organization. And what they did is they realized that it put a professional that knew about all the community resources working inside the hospital with discharge planners, then you could capture all those seniors and all those families before they leave the hospital and equip them with the resources they need to know about. And it is now into Shands, and the Northwest Medical Center in Margate is the first pilot in South Florida. And if we could get more hospitals to relax their HIPAA standards, which we all share, because aren't we all advocating for the health of our seniors? We've managed to do that in the city of Margate with our local hospital, and they are inviting us in to replicate this program. Now, they would have never sat down and listened to me if I didn't say, did you know that Baptist already has this, and now Shands, and we're going to be the first? And they said, okay. But if we could begin to educate people at the point of need, because again, when a senior goes into the hospital, they don't get better and not return. It's the beginning of the health-long process. I know that Alzheimer's disease is known as the long goodbye for a reason, because the behavioral changes that happen to the person, they can be physically intact, but the challenges in trying to rein in behavior and keep people safe are enormous. And if we can equip families when they get into the hospital and have that crisis moment with solutions and answers, I think we'll be a better society community for it. And I hope that you think about that, and that you take those opportunities of educating the people you work for. You don't have to be a city. You don't have to be a county. Go back and share it with your staff. Create a benefits day where they are the center and most important, and you equip them with the resources they need. Because I found that long-term care is not a hard sell to my CNAs. They know what it looks like when you don't have the resources to take care of yourself and your loved ones. So I encourage you to do that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's hard going last here after hearing all of these ideas. On a very local level, with being involved in the direct day-to-day care management of seniors, and also being part of this sandwich generation where I have a 94-year-old mother, but I also have children in their 20s that still need help. I think we have to really think about being more proactive rather than a reactive society. In all the years that I've been a social worker, and it's too many to say, we wait until crisis. We wait until a problem, and then we pour money into something, and we hope that we're going to find some kind of a fix for the problem, rather than working at the root of the problem and educating people and changing things at the root of the problem. Whether you're working with homelessness or women, it doesn't matter. We always react after, and we don't do anything before. I think we've got a captive audience in the baby boomers. Not only the ones that are here in Florida, but the ones that we talk to in the other parts of the country. And if we can somehow mobilize these people to be a more active force, I think we have a chance of getting proactive change, getting them involved in helping other people, and ultimately in helping them age better as they get into this part of the seniors that we're dealing with.